Charlie Tango 1 here, coming at you with a little short video in relation to all this hot weather we're having. It's well, in my conservatory it was 96, I think it was, no, 106. Well, obviously come outside, we're down to 90 something today outside. So my dog pen's covered up, I've got a roof on it so he gets shade, but a good thing to do, this is like an informative video for some of you out there that probably don't realise or know what to do. I've been unsuccessful in trying to catch this cat, as you can see, you know, so I've had to bear with it. Anyway, back to the point. You can always spray water on your dog pen, on the floor if it's concrete and that, because some people don't realise that dogs, they don't have sweat glands. The only way that they can reduce their temperature is through their pores. So when you people, and I've seen some on Facebook there, it's terrible, take your dog for a walk and then wonder why it can't walk no more, and they see that they've burnt the pads, the skin off the pads. Now that dog's suffering for quite some time before they heal. It's not a quick process. Excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. But so you can spray water on your pen, as I say, or like I've just done this afternoon. It's 4 o'clock. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, it's up past 4 now. But I've come out here and I've just tethered my dog up outside the pen, underneath a little cherry tree, which is in the shade, and it's on the grass. I gave him a good old spray yesterday, I think it was, but I thought, bless him, it's time he had a shower. So I'll give him a right shampoo, and he just stands there and he loves it. I'll give my other little rat, my little my little rescue dog, funny little thing, like a little poodle it is, like, give him, they don't like it, you know, but he got it, she got it anyway. So, you know, it's just a warning really about, just think about when if you're going to take your dog out for a walk, then please, this time of year you need to be getting up at 5 o'clock, you know, even though the sun's up, you know, everything's relatively cool, and you don't, oh God, you don't really need to give it a long walk. You know, you're just giving it a walk because that's what you do in the morning, is walk your dog, and it becomes religion with some people, but they're not in a hurry to take it for a walk when it's pouring out with rain. They think, oh, I ain't going out and that. So, you know, it only needs a 20-minute, half-hour walk. You know, at least it's had its walk. And then just, if you haven't got a roof over your pen, then just put a board or something over there, just so it has got at least half shelter on its pen, so it can get out of the direct heat if it wants to. And another thing is, this little fishing club that I was running up, just up the pond there, it was on MOD land, etc., but it had a lot of that green, like algae, I don't know, scummy stuff, horrible. I've never put my dogs in it, and I'm advising you not to put your dogs in that if you see that on ponds. You'll get it more on ponds than you will river, but it is highly toxic and dangerous for your dog. And as a very good friend of mine, I'm trying to think, Ron, I think his name was, Ron, he's just learnt the hard way. His dog went in this pond. Obviously it was known for being a bit muddy. The dog jumped in there, got stuck in the mud, and drowned. You know, that's a lesson learnt the hard way. So just bear that in mind, people. If you see a pond with green algae or anything like that on it, just stay well away from it. Don't put your dogs in it, as tempting as it might be for your dogs. If you're coming up to that pond and the dog knows it, just put it on a lead and walk past it. You can just get home and get the hose pipe, put a sprinkle setting on it and spray your dog with it. It's just as well, you know, just give it good spraying. They enjoy it, they'll stand there and lap it up, like, you know. But as I say, dogs only cool down through coldness on their pads. They have got some blood vessels in their ear, obviously. They're really for cooling their blood down. So if you've got a dog, especially like a cocker or a springer with long hair, just give it a grade 3 or something. Just clip it up, clip it down on a grade 3 and on the inside. And while you're at it, just get a wet wipe and put it over your finger and put your finger down there. It's an L-shaped channel, their ears. And if there's any black stuff or anything like that down there, and smell it, it'll smell as well. Get yourself some antibiotic liquid and squat that down there. Pull their ear out before you squelch it around. You can hear it squelching in there, like, and try not to let the dog shake too quick, because he's just going to shake it out of the canal. Do it on both ones, and once you've cleared out, you only need to do that 2 or 3 times, I should think, a month. Once a week will be fine. And then each time wipe it out with a wet wipe, and you can see if it's clearing up. It's usually they get a little infection, or they get little bugs down, ear bugs down there, and nits, and you know, it's all that black is their excreting their waste. And of course, if your dog keeps shaking its head all the time, you guarantee you've got an infection down there. And then you can get these bottles, you can get them in the vets and places like that, where it's a rinse, it's a medicated rinse, because you don't want to keep giving it antibiotics to get rid of it. Once you've got rid of it, get this rinse, which is an antibiotic. Use that now and again, I don't know, once a month, something like that. I had it on my boy once, and he's as right as rain now. He's, you know, I've clipped him, what was it, last month I clipped him, June. Then I didn't last year, I waited right till September. Of course, did I have a job on my hands then? It was well long, and you know, he's not a show dog, so you're not going to get his coat looking all nice and straight and feathers on the bottom and under the chest and at the back of the legs. You know, he's not a dog to be looked at. He's a working dog, and they're totally different to show dogs, and you can see that in many of their features. But I cut him, you know, sort of like September, towards the end of September. I give him a grade 3. So, and for some reason I don't like long-haired dogs, but I'll give him a grade 3 because his coat just, it curls and twists and it's all over the place, like, and bits sticking up. He looks a right scruffy mutt. So I clip him back, and that does him right through the pheasant season, and right out till February, and by then he's got himself you know, a fair old coat, because he's virtually like got a double coat, an undercoat and a top coat. But there you go, people, that's just food for thought. So just spare a thought for your dog when you take it out on hot days like this. Even in the evening, if you take it for another walk, don't be complacent saying, yeah, but I always take him out at this time, 5 o'clock in the evening, I always take him out at that time. He expects it, he's waiting for it. He goes to get his lead off of the hook. Don't matter. It's paramount that the dog comes first. And when it comes to health, the dogs, you've got to think of the dog first. You know, that sun's been baking on the paving slabs, it's baking on there all day. You put that dog on there, or better still, just out of an experiment, walk out in a pavement where the sun's still shining on it with bare feet. See how long you stand on it. I bet you'll come running in there, or you'll go and run on the grass. You know, it's very, very painful for them. But unfortunately, there are some idiots out there, you know, never thought of that, did I? You know, lights on, but no one's in. Not going to harp any more on that. Just something a little bit different. Now I've got my, the next job is, I'm going to have to start making a sheath for this knife. I'll show you this, because this is a beast, this is. Look at that. That's a beast, isn't it? Hey? It's a nice knife. It's my nephew's knife. He wants me to knock him up a sheath. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So, without further ado, cheerio.